out of 5 girls will be sexually abused or assaulted in some form or fashion by the time they reach the age of 18. That's 4 out of 5. And I personally just have a passion to try to make that statistic 0.
Hi, I'm Kay Davis Heatherly, and I'm very thankful we've gotten to be a part of this program, because if I or any of my friends were in like a position where we were being attacked, we are now educated to defend ourselves, and I'm really thankful for this situation.
Okay, see, now he's going to drop himself back, drop back, drop back. Ready? Hip up high, go, whenever you're ready. Hip up, go, finish your mount climb, there we go.
Coach, you're doing some self-defense out here. Tell us about it.
Yes, we are. Then we have just completed a 2-week course with the Equalizer Self-Defense Training for Women. Officer Rohrscheib and I have been working in conjunction for the past several years, about 8 years, bringing this into our PE classroom setting.
Thought it was pretty amazing that you had 13-year-olds busting out of duct tape and rope. How is that possible?
Well, that's the first year that I always try to bring something new. Every year I try to bring something new. So this year, my daughter and I decided that we would go ahead and bring duct tape and rope, because get more into a realistic true defense. You know, you've got your hands, but then what if you don't have your hands there for a minute? You've got rope and you got duct tape. And I'm not sure if the bad guys had ever seen those escapes before, especially by a girl. And so, yeah, I think they kind of were a little surprised that it actually was effective and that it actually worked.
And the primary goal was just to educate our students and make them a little bit more aware. It's something we hope they never have to use, but if they are in a situation, we hope that we've given them a little bit to work with, enough education to where it might actually save their life if they're in a crisis situation.
Hi, I'm Lauren Skinner, and I would like to thank the program because I've learned so much about self-defense, and it felt kind of weird being attacked and everything, but I think it'll really help me in the future.
Now, I got to ask you this. You were down on the mat. You had both a guy and a girl with their hands around your throat, and you just threw them off like you weighed 400 pounds. You're an athlete. You're not a big girl. How did you do that?
Well, with the techniques and stuff, it really doesn't matter what size you are. You can just get it all through.
Well, you're living proof of that.
It's amazing. If you just know the technique, it's amazing the things that you can get out of.
It is amazing. Now, can you talk to me a little bit about, it sounds boring, but statistics and why in the world, in the grand scheme of things, would you want to teach 13-year-old girls self-defense?
Well, especially, you know, in small towns like Cullman, you tend to have, a lot of parents tend to have this view that I don't really have to worry about it, I don't have to talk to my kids about that, because that stuff doesn't happen here. But that's really a false reality. That's a very false sense of security, and as an officer I can say that those things do happen in every small, sweet, quiet town.
Now, one last question before I let you go. All of us who are over about the age 30, most of us didn't have this training in our middle school. This is a fairly new phenomenon, is it not? I mean,
yes, it is. We are very fortunate to have this program and Officer Rohrscheib as a female officer to bring this in and bring it to our girls from a female's point of view and give them that training. So I would say we are very blessed to have this opportunity to bring this into our schools.
And when it comes to boys, it's 2 out of 6. And so it's a really sad statistic, even for boys, but especially for the girls. And so a lot of it is, you know, it's people that they know, because 75% of attacks or any kind of abuse or uncomfortable touch is by someone they knew, someone they had a trust with, someone they had a friendship with or a relationship with. And it's that 75% that's there. It's not the small 25% that it might be a stranger. And we got to get that in our minds and get real with that, because what if they go to a neighbor's house and the friend is fine, but it's who they have in the house? It might be, you know, an older brother or so anybody older or opposite gender or same gender. It's our friends and our closeness that we got to be careful about. And that's the mindset everybody needs to understand and get away from, oh, well, what if it's a stranger? Because most likely it's not going to be a stranger.
Hi, I'm Lauren Grace Evans, and I would just like to thank Officer Rohrscheib and Coach Evans for being able to give us this great opportunity to learn how to defend ourselves if anything happens to us in the future.
I just want to say again, thanks to Chief Culpepper for his support in this program, and then very much so Coach Evans and Mr. Hill for allowing us to even come to the school and do that, and all the parents that allow their kids to participate. I appreciate it. I think that it's awesome that we have that kind of support.
Yeah, I do too. That's really fantastic.
Very important.
And it has a lot of vision and foresight to it. It's kind of rare.
That's exactly right.
Officer Rohrscheib, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.